when we looked at all the products or coating products in the Zirconite range, what we tried to do, we tried to give an application method that is consistent all the way through the program. So we actually recommend a cross-hatch fashion that way or manner, because primarily when you look at paintwork's got lots of imperfections with it. So if we actually start to do a circular motion, we actually miss some of the imperfections in the surface area. So by doing a cross-hatch in straight lines, any imperfections we actually start to fill, because we're going over the same areas twice. So we looked at the application methods, and I think realistically going down a cross-hatch manner for all the coatings saves any confusion. So it doesn't really matter which coating you apply, the application method is the same for all the coatings. So it saves confusion, and from our perspective as a manufacturer, the cross-hatch method actually fills more surface imperfections than a circular motion. Well, if you look at the block itself, the block's quite dense. It's actually got a foam application area which is quite small, and as with anything which actually has a sponge is actually absorbed, so you actually end up wasting or using a lot more product. So the application block has been put together so it actually gives you more product on the surface area and less wastage. ZQ9H realistically can be applied to most substrates. You can apply it to plastic, trim, chrome, paintwork, polycarbonates, anything. The only thing that I would say, we can apply it to glass, but because we're dealing with automotives and we're looking at a wiper motion or abrasion on the front windscreen, what you tend to get when you apply this product to the front windscreen, which I'm not advising by the way, you get a slight misting as the wipers come over. It goes away very, very quickly, but it's not something that we would recommend, pure and simply from an health and safety perspective. And the other thing is, it's not a window coating, it's not a glass coating. So when it starts to break down over time, which it would do, then you are liable to get areas where it's actually broken down much quicker or more severely than others. So that may be detrimental as you're looking through the front windscreen. So although we can apply it, we don't recommend it, but realistically from a substrate perspective, you can apply the coating to more or less anything. There isn't any dangers really, other than the fact that if it's, when we're talking about internal areas, we're talking about plastics, aren't we? Plastics, chrome areas. We're not going to be looking at textiles because it's not a textile coating, so it would be perfectly fine. Would I recommend it from my car? No, because it would probably give me a little bit too much gloss. so you know, I'm pretty much, when it comes to automotive, if it's a matte finish, it stays matte. If it's a gloss finish, it retains the gloss. But that is the other thing. You're going to ask me another question following this, and I can answer the question straight away. If it's a matte finish, it'll stay matte. It'll lift it a shade darker, but in all fairness, the substrate will remain matte. If it's a glossy area, it will actually make it shine a little bit more, so it'll lift it. So perfectly fine for matte or gloss finishes. But would I use it on the interior of my car? I don't think I would. I'd have to change the application method. Could you use it? In reality, yes.